Hi, Sagittarius. Welcome to your timeless empowerment and love reading. This oracle card reading is for Sagittarius Sun, Moon, and Ascendants, or as we are an amalgamation of a whole bunch of different zodiac aspects, maybe it's the title that drew you into this video. But if you find yourself here, I really hope that there is a message for you here. I decided to make my readings timeless because we're covering empowerment topics, love topics, and everyone goes through different things at different times. So if you find yourself here again, hopefully there is a message here for you. If you are new here to my channel, I am Debbie Dubois. Welcome. Appreciate you being here. On my channel, we talk about self-empowerment, we talk about spirituality, and we talk about the new incoming love relationship blueprint, which is one of my favorite topics. And we're going to get into the love reading portion of this as soon as we get into the empowerment section. But before we get started, please know that by liking and subscribing to my channel, what you're doing is you're enabling me to connect with your energy in a more significant way so that I can read more specifically for you in this reading and in others. So let's get started. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to pull a healing card from the Intuit Soul Expansion Trio. This is going to give us a little bit of a focus on what Sagittarius needs to know at this particular time. What is it that Sagittarius is working on, healing, or just needs to know in order to become more empowered? What does Sagittarius need to know? Balance. Balance. All right, so we're going to be working on balance for Sagittarius. Oh my gosh, so much already comes to mind. I will let you know, I've been looking forward to this reading because I'm a Sagittarius. And you know, I absolutely love to read cards for myself. That is what inspired this channel. I love reading cards for myself, and I love delving into like unknown circumstances, unknown situations, being able to feel through my inner knowing what is actually going on in any given situation. And that's how I got started in reading cards. Now's a good time to tell you that Intuit Oracle is the unofficial sponsor of my channel. It is my business with Kimberly Aria, and we created cards that anyone can read. And so I'm just going to say it's really great to be able to read your own cards. I know it's fun to have someone read cards for you, but to be able to read your own situation, you have no idea how powerful you are and how much information you know about your situation. So if you're looking for a way to not only expand yourself, but support our channel, go check out the link for our cards if you happen to like those kind of collections and things like that. The next card I'm going to pull is a focus on balance. So this is another one of the Soul Expansion Trio decks. There's a third one called Empower. We'll probably pull a card from that later. But so balance is something that we're needing to look at as Sagittarius is. What are we trying to balance? Well, wow, cleaning. And it's so funny because the first thing that comes to mind for me, we're going to look at cleaning. What are we going to balance with cleaning? Because we're looking at balancing some other things. Cleaning has all kinds of connections for me. So I'm gonna just pull one more card and see what else we're balancing. Speaking. Speaking has come up in, I think this is reading number 4. If I'm not mistaken, we've had something to do with the voice. Voice was Scorpio. Speaking was Leo. And Aries was also speaking. So cleaning and speaking. Well, this is really interesting. Now, I'm going to have to work really hard not to make this a personal reading for me, but as a Sagittarius, I'm just going to say that I've been trying to balance keeping the 3D world going while I'm creating my videos. Isn't that interesting? So, of course, that is something that comes to mind, is that Sagittarius right now is going through a lot of expansions from a career standpoint. Anyone in charts will tell you that, you know, I do not read astrology charts. I know enough about astrology to be dangerous. I'm not into aspects and all of that kind of stuff, but I do know the general perspectives, and that's what it is. We are given perspectives based on our sun signs. And in this particular case, I happen to know, because I'm a Sagittarius, that career, creative expression, calling, what you're meant to do on the world stage in your own life, all of that stuff is front and center. And keeping a good balance between 3D, I'll just say cleaning is a very 3D thing. I happen to have someone come in and clean for me every 2 weeks. It's a luxury that I have earned in my life from doing it enough. It's like someone else can come in and clean. But for me, the cleaning really represents the day-to-day chores, right? The day-to-day things that we have to balance while we're chasing our dreams. Because I'm trying to think of which deck I want to use for this reading. You know what? We have two decks here that I love. One is the Intuit Oracle. I will use the Intuit Oracle for the love portion of this reading. But, because we're talking creative expression, because we're talking, what we're here to do, purpose and things like that, I'm going to go with the Zodiac 180. And we're just going to see what comes up. All right. So what is it that Sagittarius needs to know about this balancing? I mean, we're loosely going to be looking at the balance between 3D life and purpose. Not everyone's purpose is speaking, but we may find out that this is more about speaking than we know. The first card I got is the Diamond. Well, I'm going to speak to the multidimensional spiritual power that's going on right now for Sagittarius. It's a creative force to be reckoned with. It does feel like an inconquerable force, at least in my experience and what I'm feeling myself personally. And I do have some Sagittarius friends. Now, this is interesting. We got Jack and Diane, which is about heartbreak, which is about crisis, which is about emotional pain, being in a funk. Let's see what the cards have to say. And the cards, I read them together. So with Lenormand style reading, you read in 2-card pairs, or sometimes I read in 3-card triples, whatever you want to call it, how cards relate to each other. So right next to Jack and Diane, we have the Diamond. So we have hopelessness, but we have a creative force of faithfulness. The next card, this is the central card in this row, and this is about mastery. This is master. So we're in the process of mastering something, Sag. We are in the process of mastering something. And we've got the gavel. Interesting. Do you know that this is about conviction, like important decisions, a serious situation? We are absolutely taking our mastery seriously at this point. It's time, right? It's really time. The universe speaks. So we've got the universe card comes out. All right. I usually pull 5 cards in a row. I do odd cards, and the middle one is typically the energy of that row. The first card in the second row is an eclipse. Interesting. Temporary block or camouflage. Transforming. Sudden darkness. Birdcage. Okay, birdcage is about, feeling locked and away and for, it's a want of freedom. It's feeling trapped. But what's in here is sing anyway. Doesn't matter if you're in a cage, sing anyway. It doesn't matter if you're there yet. I said this in the last reading I did, fake it till you make it. You can be in a cage and feel like you're not free, but if you sing anyways, who's going to be able to stop you? I guess I could put a cloth over the cage, but it's not going to drown out the sound, is it? No way. Yeah, Sagittarius is in mastery right now. And it requires balance between what you came here to do and trying to keep going, jumping through all the hoops that you're put in on this rock, this rock of chaos. Just call it the rock of chaos. Oh my goodness. Okay. I got the yellow rose. That's the interesting. Oh, wow. That's about harmony, peace, survival. We got to survive the rock. But it's renewal after hardship. And the things that come to me right now is Jack and Diane. Oh my God, I understand Jack and Diane all the way. That's broken heart. But this is the renewal after the broken heart, right? This is the mastery. All right, we've got a couple more cards we're pulling here. I'm really glad you're with me. Thank you for being here. I absolutely love what I'm doing right now with cards. I got the pillars. All right, we got the pillars and we got the clock, which is, I've been getting this a lot. Perfect timing. This is perfect timing. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and switch to my overhead view. Then we're going to read the cards together. Let's see what these cards have to say about our general situation. And then we're going to dive into love, which is my favorite topic. Okay, all right. I think it is so fascinating how these cards are lined up. I want to sort of point a few things out on this table. Look at the pillars and the gavel. They're lined up, right? One right under the other. Look what this is about. This is about conventional, traditional responsibility. It's about, this world stuff, bringing order, being judged, the whole legal system. You think about that. You think about, and then look at these two. It's like, oh my gosh, we're in the court of, the justice. This is the authority figures here. This is structure. This is authority figures commanding presence, traditions. So we're sitting here right now with two energies that are very aligned. Look at these two energies right on the opposite side of what we're working on here. And we'll get into that in a second. Jack and Diane, which is all about heartbreak. It's about feeling let down. It doesn't have to be just about relationships. This can just be your relationship to your life. I don't know about you, Sag, but I have felt a lot of these things in my life. Hopelessness, hurt, emotional pain. We're in this empowerment chamber. That's what this bird cage represents to me. It's where we are in a situation where we're creating, this realm creates codependence. You see that on this card? Codependence, right there. It's my favorite word to just smash. I'm all about breaking codependency. Everything in the new blueprint for relationships is about breaking codependency. All right. The want of freedom. What Sagittarius do you know does not want freedom, right? Dominion over their own life. But in this realm, in this place that we find ourselves, we often feel like we're hostage. We often feel like we're trapped, because of these energies of the authority figures, because of this is your duty, your responsibility, right? This is convention, and we are anything but conventional. So we've dealt with a lot of this energy. And now we're going into a place where it's time to move on from this stuff. Okay, that's what finding balance is. All right, we're finding balance between what we need to clean up in our lives and the stuff that we're responsible for on a personal basis. And I want to say, there are a lot of Sagittariuses in roles that are using their voice. Sagittarius has often been known as the teachers, as the philosophers, as the actors of the world. And that came up for me this morning, realizing just how much even my card readings is so much like acting, because it is emptying myself of my own preconceived ideas and filling it up with a completely different flowing set of information, like you would think of as lines, and they're just coming through and they're flowing. So I want to say speaking might actually represent that a lot of you have responsibility coming in your new, I want to say your new creative expression, to use your voice to do something having to do with speaking. All right. So, but I'm going to, for the sake of this reading, what I'm feeling very called is that cleaning represents the 3D things that you have to deal with, and balancing that with your creative forces. So the diamond is your creative force, and it's here to tell you, you are brilliance, okay? You are an unconquerable force of invincible spiritual power. And this is the time to shine. And isn't this interesting? Look at how these cards are lined up. We've got the shine now card, as far as I'm concerned, the light, the purity, the unconquerable force, with the eclipse, which says you're in this transformation period of time. You may have felt on many occasions lately that you're blocked, or that there's a little bit of a loss of power here, or, look at things that are happening on the world stage. Oh my gosh, it's like we are in the process. It feels like we're in the middle of eclipse, and it's every single day. It's like, oh my gosh, when is the sun going to come back out? We've got this moon covering the sun. I'm dying for the sun. But this is it. This is the union of opposites. We're in this process of merging the shadow, merging all that we've been here from a shadow standpoint, and transcending the broken heart in the bird cage for what? For mastery. Okay, mastery in the flow. Mastery is being in the flow. It's working smart. It's being focused. It's when the energy of your higher self starts to come through and flow through you, just like I was talking about. I will say that I am a trained actor, and one of the things that we learned in acting was how to say your lines. You would study your lines, and your lines would become just words, but you'd pair that with emotion. And then when it was time, you would just turn the words on, and that emotion would be flowing through it. Then you might be busy doing something, but this is that in the flow. And this is what, especially Sag, I mean, there's a lot of people that are Sagittarius that are actors. There's a lot of, like I said, teachers and philosophers and speakers that are learning this. And the thing is that we have to balance the growth that we're making. We haven't even gotten into the universe. Look at this. Universe and perfect timing are paired up together as well. It's like it's the perfect time right now that the universe is actually overlighting you, that this is where you find your balance, is in the perfect timing. Look at this, past, present, and future. The universe has been woven through your past, present, and future. And it's an unstoppable force. There's nothing that can stop it. And I want to say, nothing can stop this. Here it is. This is you. Look at this. The placement of these is on either side. You've got you and you've got the universe, right? And what do you have in the middle? You have mastery. You're mastering the universe right now. And, there's a mastery of having to push through the hopelessness, to push through the gloomy, to push through the devastation. There's a lot of crap going on right now. I'm just going to say it. There's a lot of interference going on. That's Jack and Diane as well. Distress, crisis, emotional pain. There's stuff coming up in this whole process. You're being asked to push through all of that darkness and find that diamond force inside of you, which is being supplied by the universe. All right? The gavel for me in this case, being right next to the universe, is pay attention. We are in I want to say serious situation. I want to replace serious situation with it's go time. It's go time. The offer was accepted. You came here. The decision was made. We're in the process of finishing this off. You are fueled by your conviction that you're going to make it to the other side. This is the decision you've made. It's finished. It's done. You're asserting yourself. That's the gavel. I've made my decision. I'm going to master this. I'm going to push through this, and I'm going to get to this. Does that make sense? All right. Mastering. What are we mastering? We're mastering peace. We're mastering renewal. Renewal after hardship. What is hardship? Jack and Diane, the birdcage, right? What are we looking at? Our possibilities. Are we remembering those who've passed? Yes, we are. We are remembering those who have not had, what do you want to say? I don't want to call it the fortitude. You have survived, okay? Everybody survives in the end. There is no such thing as death. I'm just going to say it. We all continue on. This is the peace rose. These are all the people that may have come before you that have done this work or not done their work. It doesn't matter. It's not, your snow globe, it's theirs. But can we remember those who came before us? Might have even been us if it was other lives. This is optimism. This is harmony. This is hope, right? So this is what we are mastering right now. So this is just fascinating. So this is where balance comes in, right? Balance comes in. What we do is we turn it over to the universe and we get in the flow. That's how we create the balance. And I have been feeling the balance coming in for me personally. I can't speak for any of you, but I would love to know in the comments if any of you relate to any of this. It does feel to me like the universe is here at absolute perfect timing to help us push through. Listen, this is about traditional ways of doing things. I don't know about you, but there's nothing traditional about me. It's really hard. It's really hard for me to stand in traditional structure because I just want to plow it over. I just want to take it down, and not in an anarchy way or in a violent way. I just want to push through it. I want to master it. I want to create my own reality that pushes through all of this and then really makes me the pillar of my own stability, if that makes sense. So I think this is a very clear message of where your focus may be at this time. If there are other ways that you see these cards, I would love to know, because that's the beauty of these cards. You see them and you can say, oh, but I get this and I'm getting that. Stop the tape right now. Look at the cards. Zoom in on them. See if there's any message here for you that I'm not delivering. That's the beauty of reading cards for yourself. And this was fun because I really enjoyed, reading cards for me too. All right, we're going to go ahead and dive into the love portion of the reading. I'm trying to keep these at a reasonable length of time. I know that you all are very busy. Let's see here. Okay, so wow, you guys, I got confused because this card right here is from the Intuit Oracle. It was mixed in with the Zodiac 180, and it came out. It was needed in this reading. But I am going to put it back in the Intuit Oracle, and we're going to shuffle the cards. Now we're going to talk about love. And I'm going to say this. I am going to be doing, as soon as I finish my first round of the Zodiac readings, and I've got three more to do. I'm going to do a pick a card reading on love, and I'm very much looking forward to that. So I hope that if this is a subject that interests you, that you will, check out that video when it comes out, because it's going to be really, really good. It's going to be pick a card, and it's probably going to have a lot of different messages for different people. So I'm very excited. I tend to use the Intuit Oracle when I'm dealing with general love relationship, but when you get down to, like, if you're diving into your own situations, that's when Zodiac 180 comes into play, because with so many objects, I mean, Kimberly and I, my business partner, we have used these cards to find things before. I mean, because it gives you hints. What am I doing here? It gives you a lot of hints as to where things are. You can find out so many things about people. It's incredible. All right, we're going to go ahead and see what does Sag need to know right now about love? What's coming in for Sag in love? What do they need to know? Well, I like the victory card. Do you? I'll take the victory card. Success in love. And I know so many people. Well, it's interesting, success, but we get the mountain. So is this success in being alone? Let's find out. Yeah, it's a lot of us are alone right now. What did I just get? The twin flame card. Booyah. I'm telling you, when I talk about the original love blueprint coming in, I'm experiencing the energy of this now. And you know where it comes from, you guys? It comes from mastering yourself. And when you get aligned with yourself, You start to remember this energy. You get the mask a lot. That's about something's disguised right now. Something feels like a performance, putting on a show. Could be fake it till you make it. That comes up a lot lately. Fake it till you make it. Not really faking it, but just do what needs to be done. All right, so we've got the crow. So we've got either a new event coming up or something is getting ready to happen, a new event are happening, or you might be diving into some old memories. Okay, let's see what else we got here. And I got hidden. So it's funny. I did a reading for my own situation this morning, and it came up hidden things. I got the mask and hidden things in I think just as many cards. So this is interesting that this is reoccurring. The theme of this is reoccurring. So there is a message, a love message here. Okay, the anvil talks about purpose. It talks about concentration, striking while the iron's hot, taking determined action. Whoa, I've got a lot of cards that just popped out. I'm going to take there. Wow, there's some good cards here. We got some extra cards. So, you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to move everything up, and I'm going to make a third set of cards here because we got a lot of cards that just wanted to show up. And I love the energy of them. So we're going to go ahead, and this is what I love too. I love just going with my own knowing what feels right to me. We got the ship, we got the detour. All right, let's see here. I want to make sure that you guys can see all of these cards. Yeah, candles are nice, but cards are where it's at. The cards are where it's at. So that's close to being able to see everything. All right, plus I'll pick the cards up. Oh, sometimes you guys, sometimes I get into readings where when you have 180 cards in a deck, 40 of those are small cards, little clarifiers, but 130 cards, you can keep reading cards until the cows come home. And I've got 2 decks here. So I have some really big spreads sometimes, and you can sit there for an hour and just meditate on it. What are you getting? What information's coming out? We got the church. All right, this is maybe going to be a little longer of a reading. Let's see. What else have we got? I need 2 more cards, please. What does Sag need to know? Obviously, something is big is coming in here. Look at this. We got the church, we got fireworks, and we got the swans in the central position. So Sag just got some relationships coming in. We got the clover. And what's our final card here? What's the final card for Sag in this? We got the tower. And this isn't the same tower as you find in tarot. It's a little bit different. It's about lifetimes from the past. It is about institutions. All right. Some very clear messages are coming in here. First of all, I want to say right here, the mountain and the trophy, you have had a victory at being alone. Okay? The mountain is about solitude. That's what jumps off the card here. It could be barriers, it could be delays. You may have felt like it was a delay, the relationship you're looking for. Here it is. The twins, the twin flames, the one. You have successfully balanced. I'm going to say this is where balance comes in here. You have successfully balanced yourself in being alone. You're really good at it. All right. The anvil talks about resolve and purpose and concentration and taking determined action in strength and persistence. And the book talks about hidden things. I feel like you've uncovered the hidden things, the secret knowledge that you needed to. You've been working on this for a while. Sag has been working on this for a while. And that's the natural freedom. That's the stallion, by the way, the freedom, the unleashing the inner beast, this powerful driving force. I want to say in this quadrant right here, this group of cards, this is really about you having the resolve to go in, find your hidden stuff, work through it. You've been willing to be alone. You've been willing to feel blocked, distant, and solitude, and all of that stuff, problems. You have successfully completed this. Now what's in store? Twin flame, fireworks. And I want to say this is family values. It does say marriage. Now, this card is about traditional, very traditional. It could be that you've got someone coming in that is still very into religion, very structured, and things like that. But it could also mean, the collective consciousness of family, of having some kind of traditional relationship, right? We got the fireworks, which is about passion, chemistry. I'm going to say it's also about hot. I'm not going to use words like this on my channel, but I can say it, but I'm not going to. All of the really wonderful things that we think of when it comes to a relationship, when you really have the passion and the love. And but let's look at some of these other cards. We've got the mask and we've got the crow. What I want to say about that is it's like you've had a need for protection. You've had a mask on. It's interesting because I don't usually interpret the card that way, but I feel like this is you. This is me concealing the way we feel, putting on a show. It's wonderful. I love being single. I love myself. It's not a show, but we're definitely good at being alone. We're very good at not being like poor me about it. Um, and right now, and we've gone into a lot of the memories. We're starting to remember what that counterpart feels like. We're starting to feel that magical power. And I want to say it is an omen for an event that's about to happen. Something's coming in. And I want to say because of the two cards that are right underneath it, we've got the stallion, which is breaking free, like having strong emotions. Oh my gosh. Okay, we'll put the ring of keys down for a minute. Look at this. We've got the mask. The mask is hidden. Putting on a mask, putting on a show. This is being tame. Okay, this is being tame. We are about to break free, unleash that inner beast, and become, the true driving force that we are, unbridled. We will allow our sexual energies, our unbridled passion. We're going to be able to break free from this mask. It's almost like this is telling a story. You've been very successful in being alone and not having the twin flame situation. We've been good at keeping it to ourselves, and we're getting our memories back, and we're finding out the things that were hidden because we've had a lot of resolve and purpose. But something's coming. Something's coming, some kind of event. We have to strike while the fire is hot. Take determined action. When a door opens, walk through it, is what I'm hearing. When a door opens, walk through it. Do not allow it to pass you by. If you feel that strong pull and with the driving certain force, okay, and here's the keys, the ring of keys. You are being given the ring of keys here to open the door. It does look like there's many opportunities here. There's multiple choices. Now, I want to say that goes against what a lot of people think about with twin flames, but the truth is you don't have to choose a twin flame. You can choose a high-level soulmate. And many people are. It's completely your own preference, but this is saying you're going to have this might also be many opportunities to walk through the door, like giving many opportunities for new beginnings, maybe in situations that you have going on right now that you might have felt like, oh crap, the door opened and I didn't walk through it. The ring of keys is saying, hey, there's a change of heart here. You might decide, oh, I really do want to walk through that door. You're going to have chances to do that. And then what we've got here is the ship going places. You're going with the wind. Now, there is something here right next to that. And look at the ship is pointing. I really think this is interesting. Look at this. The ship, which is forward movement, moves into a detour. The detour says, well, I want to say rethink your priorities. You're going to take a different path than you think. It doesn't have to be an obstacle. It doesn't have to be a delay. It could be, but it's course disruption. All right. So what I'm getting here's the representation of the commitment of your relationship, whether it's involving God, whether it's involving church or family structure, all that kind of traditional, or whether it's really just the collective consciousness of the new blueprint coming in. There is some kind of detour. The ship is on full speed, right? Speed, movement, swift with the wind. And the detour is actually pointing you right towards this relationship or this commitment or this, I want to say, this new blueprint. So it may seem like there's delays. And I'm going to say this right now. What I have noticed in these energies is that one of the things that I believe is key to opening up the door for the new love relationship blueprint is that it can't happen fast. And you know why? It can't happen fast because you have to savor every single moment of how it unfolds. And you have to see where you get triggered in certain things. And you're not going to be thrown into a situation where you have to just respond and react, and you're going to be given slowness. And I've said this before recently, you have to slow down to speed up. You have to slow down to speed up. Interruptions, delays, rethink it, adjust your thinking on this. Because there are things about what's coming in. And again, this is timeless. So I'm not going to say, oh, within a certain period of time. I'm telling you that I have felt this in my soul, that this is coming. But even if it feels like, wow, that came in fast, do not be surprised if there are some detours to slow you down on purpose. Okay? Because you've got to balance the anvil, all right, the anvil with going too fast. This is resolve and purpose and strike while the iron's hot. And this is going really, really fast. The detour is your balance card. It will slow you down. It will make you stop. It will make you have to work through, feel into everything that you're dealing with, right? Then we've got the clover. This right here, unexpected rendezvous, a new event happening. You may just run into this person, whoever this person is. It'll be like unexpected. You're going to run into this person. It's going to be unexpected. Now, I want to say short-lived pops out at me, but this could be the detour. You might think that that's short-lived. You might be, oh, that was really nice. I really enjoyed that. I flirted with them. It was fun. And nothing came of it. It seemed like you were course disrupted. But I'm here to say that it's very possible that this is, because it's luck, it's happy coincidence, right? Good fortune. It's carefree. It's carefree. Whatever's coming in is going to be so enjoyable. I just feel that. It's going to be so enjoyable because it's going to, I don't know. I mean, if it's a person that's coming in, that's a soulmate, significant soulmate, twin flame, whatever you want to call it, this is the person, right? This is a person, a very significant person from your past. Look at the words on this card. Take it slow. This is something that is enduring. This is from the past. It is lifetimes refined. Okay, take it slow is what pops off the card at me. Oh my gosh, we could just sit here and talk about this all day, but I think that we've got the main gist of it. There is someone coming in for you. It is going to be a significant person. I don't know when this is going to happen. I would say don't have any attachments to the time. This is your success. Your success is mastering being alone. And you know what? I'm going to say this for those of you that are in relationships right now, because, I really have only covered the perspective of, people that are not in relationships. I want to say, let's just look at this quickly for people that are in relationships. In order to have the passion, in order to actually have this beautiful alignment with the love blueprint relationship, the mask is going to have to come down. You'd still have to succeed at being in your own power. You still have to have the resolve to open up, to break free from the old template. And you will have many opportunities to do that within the context of this relationship. And the presence of the church may be that this is a traditional marriage. But to me, the blueprint's coming in, and this blueprint is going to override whatever we got going on here, because it is a perfect reflection of empowerment in a relationship. That makes sense. You know what? I'm going to leave it there. I am going to pull an empowered card to see if there's a message of empowerment. Well, this one just sort of slid right out. By walking your life's journey, you are dismantling false belief systems. Does that not line up with what I just said? Even if you're in a real traditional relationship, this is what's dismantling the old blueprint, is you're walking your life journey. Everything that you're doing is what is dismantling. We are dismantling this system. So, wow. All right. That was a very powerful Sagittarius reading. I really hope you enjoyed that one. Thank you so much, my Sagittarius brothers and sisters, for joining me with this reading. I hope you found some value in it. I would love it if you would go ahead and like this video, share it with a friend if you feel that it will help them. It really helps me in the algorithms. And I had 2 videos that you might be interested in watching. Well, I want to suggest, if you haven't done so, check your rising sign, check your moon. There are some very valuable messages coming through for all the sun signs for different people. I can tell that some of these messages are just universal messages. So if you have any of the aspects in your chart, you might want to go and check out those videos. But I have 2 videos that you might be interested in. Number 1, I have a 2025 reading. If you haven't seen it, it just talks about kind of what to expect in the crazy year of 2025. And the other thing that I did is I put together 10 tips and strategies, coping strategies on how to stay sane in 2025. And I think you'll find it not just entertaining, but also very helpful. So anyways, thank you so much for spending this time with me. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, take care. Bye.